My name is Francois Jacobs. I've been living in Richmond since September last year, and I've been coming to Enterprise Fitness since beginning of March. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect. I just thought, okay, next adventure, here we go. And I learned a lot. But to be honest, I also think the trainers have learned something. I guess especially Reese and Liam.
So Francois came in one time and he was doing a sales consult with Andy, and he was adamant of training here. He was blind, and we're all kind of like, oh geez, we've never actually done this before. How's it going to go? What's it going to be like in busy periods? And I just thought, oh, how is this going to work? And the sales consult was going on, and one of my clients, Tony, was like, I would take him on, he looks like a legend, I would do anything to help him. And I was like, yeah, you're right, Tony, we should do something, let's go get him. So Tony was training, and I went up and I said, yep, I'll help you out, let's do it, let's try and book in some times. And the times that he wanted, I could do 2 of them, but I couldn't do the 3rd. And that's where I called Reese, and I got Reese involved, and we got him training, and we basically got him moving really well.
Even the other people who's been around and watched us train, just for people to see in real life that whatever your physical abilities doesn't have to exclude you from doing things. All it really takes is that some things you need to find different ways of explaining to people, and I think that's a skill that will benefit them in any way, whether their client is blind or not, because the way you explain it might not necessarily work the first time, and I think I've forced them to come up with unique and different ways of explaining things.
Because he started with, we got him doing lunges as well.
Yeah, we started off with like a lunge to the floor with a mat, holding 2 sticks. So like a reverse lunge to a mat so we wouldn't hurt his knee. We progressed that all the way up to walking lunges. We would walk in front of him with a stick.
So the stick would actually guide him where to go.
And just the little things that he did, like the way he would hold us, and I would have my hand behind my back, that would mean he would go on his side because it was a tight fitting space. And just the things that he taught us.
We got a lot out of him as well.
And would we do it again? Absolutely, it was a great challenge and we really enjoyed it.
I certainly get inspiration from following other people, watching even the Enterprise Fitness videos, or reading stories, or just from my coaches or people telling me about competitions or whatever achievements that people have had. That's great.
What happened was a lot of members saw how good he was and how he moved and how he trained and how much he was putting into each session. So I had loads of messages from other members going, wow, this guy's amazing. I want to train when he's training because it's motivating me. Yeah, he dropped 8 kilos. Like he was squatting 40, 50 odd kilos.
Changed my belt 2 sizes down, so that absolutely shows that something's been happening. I've noticed in my running, I would do a 15K long run and I would be sort of fatigued on the day, but the next day I'm fine. And I definitely, for some reason, my muscles recover much quicker now, and I don't get this real achy quads and things like I used to before.
He did a lot of marathons and he moved quite well, and we got him quite strong, and he was able to lose 8 kilos.
He'd done Ironmans as well.
Yeah, so he did a few Ironmans. Yeah, he was just a legend of a guy.
And he said as a kid he would always climb trees. Pretty adventurous.
About 10 years ago, I really had this aspiration of going to Paralympics for cycling, because I thought that that's something that I could just naturally be fairly good at. And the person that I found then had other ideas, and he asked, why don't you do Ironman? And out of sheer ignorance, I said, okay, I'll do it. And then I found out what it was all about. So it really was a case of first committing and then realizing, well, I've got to learn to swim and I've got to learn to run. Everything just fell into place and it worked, and I loved it. So I've done about 5 full Ironman events, several shorter distance ones, and I've done the Comrades Marathon in South Africa twice. It's an 89-kilometer ultra event, and that was kind of one of the reasons why I came to Enterprise Fitness, because the only thing I was doing was running, so fairly strong legs and nothing else, and I wanted to just have a balanced body. Even though some days I kind of staggered out of here with my legs feeling like jelly, I never felt mentally that I can't do the training.
I think when I look back to the times I've dieted or I've prepped, sometimes I complain about the littlest things, and I've learned that I'll never complain about anything again like that.
It's not you have to, it's you get to.
Yeah, this is like, he was doing this because he wanted to do it. I was like, I changed his diet up completely, and he was like, bloody hell, I love my gluten pizzas. I can't believe you're not letting me eat pizzas. And I was like, shut up, like, no. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. That's it, really. He was very funny as well, wasn't he? Do you have any funny stories?
He was hilarious. I was going to get a haircut and I mentioned it to him. He goes, don't worry about going, I'll just cut it after the session. One
of my favourite things that he said was David had his car parked out back and it was on a bit of an angle. He must have been late or something. He was really rushed. Anyway, Francois was coming in the back door and he had his stick and he kept hitting the car and he goes, freaking hell, who the F bloody parked their car here? I could have done a better job. And he'd always stir me up going he'd be doing a set and he'd be like, so did you see that movie last night? And I was like, what movie? What did I miss? And he goes, and then I just realised, I'm like, oh, idiot, got me again. You bloody got me again.